Okay, today in this session, I am going to show you all the important T codes, like what all the transaction codes are very regularly used in a material management module, or if you say consider like in a HANA also, HANA sourcing and procurement, what are the major transaction codes are used, and that I just added into the favorites here. You can see these are the favorites T codes I have added into this. So I'll show you how to add also. This is generally everyone know that how to add. So let's go one by one. Transaction code, what exactly this transaction code will do, and how end user can use this effectively. See here, you can see the transaction code plus path also. Metal master, material, create, general immediately. You can go through this path also, or you can get into this transaction code directly. So MM01 is for creation of material. Here we are going to enter the material number in the sector and material type they're adding here, and we are choosing the views and just creating the material. So I'll just create simple one. Okay, I'll just take raw material. Okay, so here I'll just create one to like in the client level, not like all. Just I'll create one material. I'll just save it. This is the material number. Okay, test it, measure, yeah, then save. See, this material got created. Okay, this is just a test I am doing here. So it's the same way you can, if you want to delete any material like in the client level, just enter the material number, and then you can put this deletion mark and then save it. Okay, so this is deletion flag is applied on the material. So whenever you go to MM03 and you enter the material number, then if you just click on this, it will show a message deletion flag is at client level. So same way you can apply for the plant level, so location level. For the material, I just maintained at the client level, so only it was showing client level. If you create the material in the plant level and so location level, definitely you can put the deletion flag if required. In reality, why we are entering a deletion flag here, because if some material got obsolete and it is not at all used in the system, then you cannot delete completely that material master data, but you can go for flag for deletion. MM17, this is for mass data upload. Example, when you enter this MM17, then you can see the object type and then all the table details you can see. Okay, if you choose some changes you want under MARCI and plant data material, just select it and execute here. So this will show all the required, like under the MARCI, what all the fields are there. You can choose which field you want to do a mass upload. In the sense, instead of going and changing with the MM02, the mass change one by one material, you can upload all the material here, and you can enter the plant, which plant you're going to change, and then you can select the field and you can do the mask change. I'm not going to show all the activity, but I'm just giving highlight here. MMAM, this is the transaction code to change the material type. Example, if you have a material type ROH and you want to change to HALB, then you should enter what is the material type here. Then you should apply. See, old and new material types are the same, like that. If you want to see, this is a old material type. If you want to change this to a HALB or something ALB, this is the customize, someone did it. Just I want to do that. I'll just do it like this. If you change from this to this, then execute here, right? So definitely you're changing the material type from this raw material to a semi-finished, like that. Okay, so material got changed. Now if I go and see in MM03, definitely this material type will be different. Before it was like I just used ROH customized. Now this is customized HALB, some ALB material type. Okay, so this is the way you can change the material type. Okay, and MM60 will help you to see the if you just pass the plant number or material type here combination, then system will give the list of all the materials here. So example, see, I just passed this material, but it's showing no materials can be displayed, but it is there, material is there. Why? Because here validated materials only it is checked. In the sense accounting view is there, then definitely it will show. Now there is no accounting view. I'll just uncheck this and I'll execute here. It will show the material master in the client level. There is no plan, there is no valuation type, there's no accounting views, just this maintained by this user with only client level with this material type. Now you can see. Okay, now MMSE. What is MMSE? This is a like transaction where you can, if you have a material under plant level, example, I'll take a material in which like just give an example of MM60. I'll remove this. I'll go with 1000 plant, execute. So with this 1000 plant, there are many materials which is extended to which has many storage location, right? So how to do a mass extension example? So this is a material. Okay, I'll just copy this and I go to this MMSE, enter this material number. So list all existing store locations. Okay, list extended extendable store location, like that. If I click all, means enter the here. So it is showing that material not only fully maintained, in the sense it is not maintained with the store location. Example, if I extend this, I'll go to MM01, enter this material, then I choose, see, general data store location, I go with 1000. Okay, I'm just extending this location, sorry, I meant plant, and with the store location, I can go with 0001, extending this location, store location, I'm just saving it. So now this got saved. Now if I go to MMSE, then enter here. So now it is allowing. See, if it was already extended by me, like manually one material with the store location, now I want to extend for all the location, then I can choose. These are the store locations are there. Example, I want to extend here. I want to extend for this KT01 RMS1, like that. If I enter here, so see, system is taking. I can copy all the 20 or 50, 100 store locations also. I can just put here and I can save it. So this will get extended. When I go to this now with this material, right? If I go here and if I go to MM03, when I enter this and I choose store location view, then plant, then I select here store location, it will show all the store location which I extended through MMSE. So it's not required to go to MM01 and do one by one. You can extend 50 or 100 store locations also there, multiple store location. Go to MMSE, pass all the store locations, and you can extend it. Okay. Example, if you choose what happens in the second, if you click on this list extendable store locations, then see here, it will not show any store location which is already extended. But if you choose this one, definitely it will show already extended one, and you can choose other store locations. Okay, simple activity. Then okay, these are the transaction code for Metal Master maximum used. If any new transaction code, if you to use MM0203, you know, change and display. Other than that, I know these metal transaction code for the Metal Master. MMB is for stock. Example, you want to see any stock of this material, there is no stock, then it will show just blank here. If I create some vendor, then order, then GR, let me do that, because I'll just keep this data material number with the plant 1000. I think I'll just use that data for entire process, end-to-end process. So MMPV is for what? Example, you take now 1000 company code I'm using for the testing purpose, and I'm just here. If I close, close current last month, and I can open new period here. Okay, to check that, you can go to MMRV, just enter 1000, and you can see here it is already open. Current period is 03 and previous period is 02. Already it is extended for this current month and previous month. So you can easily post the document. Okay, now this is MMRV to see the list of the allowing posting period. And if posting period is not open, then you can go with MMPV to open the close period, to do that activity. Now, what is MSC1N? This is a transaction to create a batch. In case I want to create a batch with this material, okay. So this is saying this material is not handled by batches. So what to do in this case? You can go to MM02 and choose the purchasing view 1000, and here you can choose batch management and then save it. Okay, this is changed. Now I'll go to MSC1, enter here. So now it is asking internal number range is going to take. I can say this batch of material which is manufactured today, and then shelf life expiry is for this material for next 6 months. Then available from, I'll just give today's date. The next inspection, if you want to do some inspection, in the month of July or June, July 15th, some inspection you should do. Then vendor, you should choose a vendor number here. I'll take 1000 purchasing organization, and I'll take one vendor here, the fast track or something, someone is supplier for this material. And vendor batch, if anything is there, I can say vendor batch is 610567, like that. And last goods, anything is done, then you can say, you can mention this is the last goods itself. Okay, then save it. Okay, see now this batch has got created, okay, for this material. Okay, so we have generated the batch through this MSC1N transaction manually. In case of receiving the goods, if you want to create batch, it is different process. Okay, so here what is AC03? This is for the service master creation. If you are going to handle any services and all, right, you can see this is the pump seal replacement. This is services to be done. Already the activity number is there. This is already created. There are many service masters are there. You can see here multiple services are created here. If you want to create new one, you can create, or you can just copy. Already cleaning service is there. You just copy this. It will copy all the data from the existing service master, and you can recreate new. Okay, like this. Example, I'll say this is for tax skills training services. Okay, then I create some service master here. Then it will generate new service master. If I want to give all the details like division, material service, material or service group, valuation class, authorization group, tax indicator, every these all fields can be maintained if required. Just I created some simple service master now. See here, so that will be available in this list. The training, tax skill services. Okay, or else I can search also here with the short text. Okay, tag. Maybe I have to go other services. Activity number is last activity which I created, right? Anyway, I'll just come back here. AC03. Okay, see here. The already it is generated. You can see this is an alphabetical way, right? T is there, tax skills, services. When I open this, you can see this is the activity number. In case you want to search like activity number like this, you can enter here and you can identify that. You can directly get this. Okay. Then what is this AC06 is a list of services. If you want to see any list service master, if you add this number, execute, then it will show all the details of that particular services, activity number, what is the unit of base unit, everything. If I don't pass this, if I just create, or if I find some based on the division, example, if I say 01 is a pump, if I check with this division, any services are there, or if I enter created on date. Like if I check 8th today, which are all the service master got created. So only one created, it is showing here. Okay, this is all the this is the report. And ML81N is a creation of service master. Okay, service entry sheet, sorry, service entry sheet used to create. If you have already created service purchase order, then how to create service entry sheet? Okay, then ML85, it's for the release of collective release. Like if you have a release strategy for the service entry sheets, then if you pass the release code and group, then you can see all the service entry sheet is open. It means it need release from anyone, like from the higher from the different approvals. Okay, then this is a transaction where you can execute and get the list of all the service entry sheet. And what is ML83? This is the printout. If you want to print service entry sheet, then you pass the service entry sheet number, then just give this application details, message application, and execute, it will get printed. Okay, then physical inventory process transaction, where you are going to identify, like you are going to check the physical stock and SAP stock. If there is a difference between SAP stock and physical stock, then that time we have to work on this physical inventory process, where you can see this is for creation of inventory document, and this is for count, and this is for difference to post, and MI20 for list of difference which are already posted, and MI21 is for printing of that physical inventory document, and MI11 is for recount. If something counting is not right, rightly done, right, then you can go with MI11. MIRO and MIR7, MIRA, MIR4, MIR8M, MIR5. These are the invoice related like transaction. MIRO is for invoice to be posted through this MIRO. So in MIRO, you can post invoice, or you can post service credit memo, subsequent debit, subsequent credit. These four are managed in a major in reality, and other provisional differential invoice, final invoice, you can post it. But even I'm not that much clear with 5, 6, 7, but these four are majorly used. Then MIR7 is for what? It's for parking. In case you don't want to post the invoice, then you can park by using MIR7. MIR7 for the invoice, incoming invoice through the background job. You can use this transaction for the background job verification in background. Sorry, not job, it's a invoice verification in background. MIR4 is like display of single document. If you have a document with the year, you can enter here and you can display. Or if you have a list of all the invoice you want to see for this particular fiscal year, or you want to see with the user 0 to 9, you want to see like with this user any invoice got posted, you can see these many invoice got posted with this transaction on this particular date. Okay, then if you see this MR8M, this is for cancellation of invoice in case some reversal is required and you want to give a you want to return the material to a vendor, and already invoice is posted, but you want to reverse it. Without reversal, you cannot reverse the stock of the material. So that case, definitely you have to go with the reversal of invoice document. Then MRBR, this is for releasing blocked invoice. If you have any invoice got blocked because of some reason not to post that invoice, then somewhere you are putting that blocked of that invoice, you want to release. The FI team will verify all the blocked invoice and they can release through this particular transaction. Then MR11 is for GRIR account maintenance. In case you want to see the company code level, posting date, you want to maintain some GRIR clearing account, then this is the transaction used. MRRL is for automatic settlement of like I can say ERS settlement. This is the transaction used. MRRL, and MRKO is for automatic settlement for the consignment and pipeline. If after the consumption of material need to pay the vendor, then you have to run the MRKO instead of MIRO. And MIGO is a transaction which is maximum used by the end user in the inventory side, storekeeper, who will manage goods receipt, return delivery, cancellation, display, release, GR block stock, subsequent delivery, goods issue, transfer posting, remove from storage, place in storage, subsequent adjustment. These are the action you can do through the MyGo transaction. MB1A, MB1B, MB1C, these transactions are obsolete. That is not advisable to use, or when you are guiding to user, always guide to use this MyGo transaction to run all the activities here. Example, if you choose goods receipt, there will get this kind of options, these many options, then you can choose accordingly. When you say about, when you talk about cancellation, then it will show few only material document cancellation, right? Because material document will generate when you do any activity like goods received, goods issue, or transfer posting. Then you want to cancel it, then you have to enter the material document number here. So if you talk about goods issue, definitely that goods issue will have these many options, like with the PO, with the material document, order, reservation, other like that. In case you want to display any material document, then click on display. Then it will ask for the material document number and just display it. So in the cancellation and display, you can find only material document. Okay, then now you talk about like I will show about this MB21 transaction, which you create the reservation if particular requirement is there. You want to reserve some material for some order or some material, like example, I want to order for the cost center. Then I'm adding the moment type 201. Then it is asking GL account cost center, like the cost center is mandatory here. If you add the cost center number and then you enter the material number, then reservation will be done for this particular cost center. And when any material will come up, right, or physical material will be received, goods receipt will be there, then that time you can directly consume with this particular cost center. Okay, then MB25, this is for the list of reservations. Like you want to see all the reservation list with this particular plan, then you can execute here and you can see how many reservations got created in the system. You can see 311 moment, 261 moment. There are many reservations created in this system. Example, if I want to see the requirement date, just I'll put in the latest date here. So you can see these are the reservation with this account assignment. Okay, if you want to see this particular display, just double click on this and you can see 261 moment type, order number, and this is the material got reserved. Example, I'll just copy this and I go to MMB where I just pass this material number, remove this and execute. So there you can see this much is reserved. Okay, so if you want to see like this moment, then click on material moments and you can see the reservation is happened on which date, 11/5/2021, one number reserved. This is a document. You can go through this way also, or you can get from that transaction MB, like I think what is the transaction for list of reservation is MB25 something. Sorry, I forgot that. Okay, MB25 is a list of reservations. Then MB11 is for what? It's a creation of purchase info record, combination of, like example, if I want to create like info record, example, I have already opened one material, right? I think this is the material which I referred, right? Let me check that. So if I go with MM60, execute. So this material I can refer to purchase something, because I can see this material has valuation class, but price is showing 0. Moving price, let me maintain it, copy this, go to MM02, enter, then accounting. Someone change this layout, that I will just fix it at the end. 1000, I'm not giving any valuation type here. Just I can see that, see this is not moving price, somewhere I can see standard price is there. So I can't maintain now, because see the total stock already 999 is received. So I can't change the price now after receiving the stock. So better I will take other material, MM60, or I can go to list of this MB51. So I'll take latest goods receipt is done. So I can take that material for testing purpose 1000, or I can use any this thing combination. So I can say today's posting date. Any posting happened with this. MB51 is one transaction where you can see list of all the moments. Material documents. Example, I take this. This is like 561. I think I'll take 101. So 101 is happened here. Wait, I'll just pass here. Only 101. Moment type 101. Execute here and get the document number. So PO number. So we can use this as a reference for our activity to show. Okay, I'm not going to create everything, just I'm referring some data and I'm going to show you the info record. Example, if I open this, okay, this is the purchase order, subcontracting purchase order. If I open this, this is the info record that is already maintained for this particular material combination vendor and info record that I was trying to show. I'll keep this screen as reference. I'll run here. So ME11 is for creation of info record, 12 is for change, and 13 is for display. Then 15 is for flag for deletion in case you want to put for flag for deletion, then you can go with this transaction. Then ME14 is for to change the info record changes. If something changes happen with this info record, and they can find the changes in this. Okay, the table you can see EINA. Then ME1L is for the report to see all the info record list per vendor, ME1L, and ME1M for by material. You can pass the material number and then you can get the all the info record with respect to material. And ME1W, this is useful when you talk about a non-stock material. When you have a non-stock material, then definitely you're creating the info record for the material group info record. Then ME01 to create the source list with the combination of, like example, if I want to create a combination of particular material, okay, this is not exist. If I see, I'll go to MM60 and remove this. Example, I'll take this material from this 1000 client. I'll show one example how the source list will look like, because material master, vendor master, info record, source list, these four are the major master data. Example, I take this, or I can take this particular material, then I go to MA01, enter this, and if I enter this combination, so external procurement not defined for this material. Okay, so I cannot take this. I'll take 19. Okay, 19 also not. It's not there. Right, I'll just find some material from 1000, which I can maintain source list. I think this material I can use. Let's try. Okay, see, with this combination of this coupling and this with plant, I can maintain valid which date to which date, vendor, purchase organization, then this procurement plant, outline agreement, ordering unit, outline agreement, item. Then if any central contract is there, then central contract with central contract number, then whether it is fixed vendor, or I should block it this vendor source list. If any MRP related things are there, then you have to choose your MRP specific, like record relevant to MRP, record relevant to MRP schedule deadlines. If you have any option, like as per the business, we are choosing blank 1 or 2 like that. Okay, then okay, let me go with other activity. MA04 is for what? To see the list of changes. If any changes happened with this, there is no changes happened, so it is showing no selection possible. There is no changes. Then OM is for see the list of material, like sorry, source list. With this, there's no source list available. That's why it is showing there's no source list. I'll just check with 1000. With 1000 plant, I'll just try to see what are all the combination I can see with the source list for this particular plant with this combination 41, 170, 122. There are many source lists got maintained. If it is fixed you can see. So multiple source lists got maintained with this particular plant. Okay, so you can go with this option by material, by vendor, this display. If I click here, if I click on the vendor, okay, so it will drill down, it'll look into the detailed info of that. It takes some time because it is getting into this particular line, and then you're going with this vendor, and then you're finding details of that vendor, where exactly it is, which country, details, all that you can see here. Okay, if you want to see the material, then click on this, click on the material. That will give the details of material. What is this material, what type of material type this is used, ROH, electronic devices. Okay, like that you can see the details from there itself. Okay, next you are talking about quota arrangement. This is also one of the master data. Okay, so when you are talking about maintain quota arrangement, so that time you are going to enter this details like valid from like to which date, how much quantity you're going to split, and there is a formula to go for quota arrangement. These are the information you should know, but few organization of few business, they will go with quota arrangement. Then ME QM to see the list of quota arrangement. If anything is maintained here with this particular plan, then you can execute and you can see any quota arrangement is there in the system. Yeah, there are like few quota arrangement is maintained for material. Okay, 70 and 30 percentage something. Okay, for this particular material and plant, yeah, you can see the quota. If you don't add any plant or material, it will look into entire system like. But normally in a production system, the huge data will be huge. Definitely that will go for dump. So better you can put material and plant and get the quota arrangement list. Then SK01 is for vendor master creation in the centrally company code level, purchasing organization, all this combination you can enter and you can get it. You can create it. But in HANA system, now SK01, FK01, MK01, these SK01, FK01, 01, MK01, all that obsolete, and now we are using BP transaction. SK06 for deletion flag. If you want to do flag for deletion, go with SK06. SK07 is for changing the account group. Example, this is a vendor has some account group, okay, purchasing account group, and you want to change, then you are choosing the that account group. Okay, example, see this is the account group 001. I want to change this to KRAD, then it will get updated. But what happening here is like it will show some error. Partner function VN is not available at level purchasing for this organization level. So if there is no partner functions and all, some setup is not right, then definitely it will not help you to change the vendor master account group. Then you should know all that prerequisite before changing the account group. What are the prerequisite to be checked? And then MKVZ, this is for list of vendor to see with respect to purchase organization 1000, how many vendors are there. You can see by passing the purchase organization, then account group, because you don't know the number of vendor, that number range will be, there are many vendors will be there in your particular purchase organization. So you can filter out by adding the purchase organization details in the initial screen. So this 1000 purchase organization has a lot of entries. That's why it is taking little time to fetch and display these details. In HANA, it will take little lesser time because the database and all HANA database, it will take quicker compared to ECC. Okay, now MKBZ is done. MEK1 is for what? It is conditions. If you want to create any condition, then you have to add the condition type. Example PP00. Okay, then you have to select the particular combination like metal in for record or for the plant specific. Then you select it. Then it will ask for the key combination of, okay, you have to enter the material number, vendor number, purchase organization, all details, and you should choose whether it is for standard or consignment, subcontract, pipeline, like that. You can enter here and you can add the amount. With this particular vendor, this material, you can maintain some price. Another vendor, same material, you can maintain some other price. Okay, this is for the condition records, MEK1. And SK99 is for mass maintenance of this vendor master. So you can see this LFA1, LFB1, B1, LFAS, like same like MM17, we are using this SK99 for the mass maintenance. MN04 is what? This is the message output determination. We are talking about like NU is the message output type. And if you want to see like with this combination of like purchase organization, vendor, purchase organization, this three combination, if I choose, then I can maintain this condition record in this system with this many multiple vendors. I don't want to go with each and every vendor separately. I can maintain here NB document type, and I can add all the vendors here, and I can choose what medium, whether it is a print output, fax, EDA, or whatever. So anyone asks you to maintain condition record for PO printout, then always come to this transaction MN04. ME21 is a favorite transaction to create purchase order. I don't want to add here much because you all know about this create purchase order. The ME mass PO for what? This is a mass maintenance of purchase order. If you want to change something in the header level or item level, you can choose particular header or item, and then you can choose internally after executing the screen. Another screen will come. From there, you can choose the particular PO number, then what changes you want to do, all that. Example, if I take some vendor example, I'll choose with respect to 1000 purchase organization. It will take longer time, that's why I'm not like running all, just I'm choosing this, executing here, and after executing here, okay, you should I forgot to add here that record. See here, after executing here, you should choose the mass change here, but there is no at least one column like that is saying, right? We have to choose the column in the first stage only. See here, select fields. Initially, you should pass the field, which field you want to change. Example, you want to change mass purchasing group for the vendor, then you can choose here purchasing group. You can search here and type purchase group. Right. If I choose here, if I come down, there will be the many fields are there right in the header level. So you can choose quotation, purchasing group. See, if I choose here, so execute here, okay, definitely it will show the existing the purchasing group with this particular PO. What is the purchasing group now? 100. If I want to change this to 001, enter. This is one I am doing for one purchasing order, but in reality, you can go to ME21 to N and you can change it for one particular one PO. But if I'm adding multiple purchase order in a single screen, in the previous screen, I can add all the purchase organization, and I can maintain this 100 purchase organization to 0001. Example, I'll just save it. Okay, apply this. So this will get updated. And if you go to ME23N with this particular purchase order, definitely you can see from 100 to 001 the purchasing group. See, now it has got changed. You can see this is a green signal. And I'll go to ME23N, is display of the purchase order. See here, if I see purchasing group, okay, some error was there in the previous also. Anyway, that will convert some problem with the, I think stock is already available or something is there, so you cannot change. So that time you should check what is, why it is not able to change from 100 to 001. Okay, maybe 001 is not available there. If I see here, it is there. That transaction will help you to change any mass PO change. You can test it. And ME29N is for what? Like, see, some cannot be released. Okay, this is a pop-up will come normally. And if you go to ME29N, so you have to choose particular uh, PO which has release strategy. Now see, there's no release strategy for this particular PO. If any release strategy is there, definitely you can see that one tab here, release strategy, and you can release it. And ME28 for collective release, if you don't want to release one by one, then you can pass the release code, release group, and then execute. You'll get all the list and select and release it. Next, ME2N, this is a report now commonly asked in the interview. What is the report to see all the list of PO? ME2N with respect to PO number. If you want to go with material, ME2M with respect to vendor, it is ME2L. ME2 is for what? It is for issuing the goods to the vendor for the subcontracting PO. And VL31 to create the inbound delivery. There will be a scenario like after creating purchase order from the vendor side, they have to create an inbound delivery that, okay, this goods is issued and we are going to supply, and that will be confirmed in the SAP system of the purchasing party. And then against that inbound delivery, you can do the GR. Okay. ME9F is for what? It is for printing the purchase order messages. If you run this by passing the purchase order number, see, this is a inbound delivery creation. Okay, so this is for printing a mass, like print out of this PO. If you want to print out, you can just pass this particular PO number, purchase organization, then you can click here and you can go for output message. So it will get green. So once you execute here, right? So it'll go to a printer where exactly it is connected, and the print of that PO will be processed. So now some issue is there. That's why it's showing output failed. If it is success, this will showing as green. Okay. Then ME51 is for one, and for what? It is for creation of purchase requisition. You all know that 54N is for release of purchase requisition. This is not apply, like release strategy is not applicable for this. That's why it is showing not applicable. And 55 is for collective release. ME5 is for to see the list of all the purchase requisition. You can go with this. And also in every report, any report, if you find some fields are less in the screen, and always go to this dynamic selection. The dynamic selection icon, you can find purchase requisition header level and purchase requisition item level. So here you can choose some particular like release strategy or created by, changed on. You can select like this and you can pass the details over here. You can get multiple fields and you can filter out the report with this particular dynamic selection option. ME31 and 31K for creation of contract, ME35K for release of contract, and mass maintenance you can do with ME mass contract, and ME31L is for outline agreement, sorry, the scheduling agreement to create, and this is for release of scheduling agreement. This is mass maintenance of scheduling agreement. This is all this transaction which is definitely transactions level and updating the scheduling agreement data. And ME84 is for releasing the all like SAs. 38 for maintaining the like release scheduling agreement release. So not release. You want to maintain some schedules for particular scheduling agreement, then you should go to ME38. ME9 is for printing the scheduling agreement. ME41 is for what? Is for the RFQ, and then maintain the RFQ and price comparison. I think I have covered all the transaction maximum here. If something is missed out, you can comment in the comment section. Okay, thank you. And this is the transaction you can put like like you can put as a favorite whenever you're practicing. How to do that? To adding favorites. Example, see, I want to put one transaction called SPRO. So how to add SPRO transaction? Go to tools, customizing, IMG, and this is SPRO, execute project. Okay, just click on this and add to favorites. So now this SPRO also came into picture. If you are a consultant, then these all the transactions should be there in your in your testing system, quality system, where you can regularly test all the transactions, then you can add it here. In SPRO, you can add it in your development system, where you do the configurations regular time. Like example, if you click on SPRO, and then it will take you to the SAP reference IMG, and it will go inside here, and you can do all the particular configuration. Like under material management, you can go here and you can do the configuration. If you're a sales and distribution, you can go here and do the configuration. Each module has their own area where you can configure. And also, if you want to see some other like transaction like SE10, which is for a transport request TR, just add that SE10. Then if you want to add something about ALE or some IDOC, all that, right? So that you can add in this screen. Okay, this much is enough. You can add as a MM consultant or MM end user, where you can run all this transaction, then make it as a like you can add here as a favorites. In case of accounting, you want to do something, then you can go here and you can add into the favorites. If you want to make something under production planning and all, right, plant maintenance, example, if you want to get into preventive maintenance of plant maintenance, then get into here, maintenance planning, maintenance plans, IP01, IP41, single cycle plan, all these transactions you can add as a favorites. Normally IW21, IW31 will be used for the order creation. If you are not remembering the transaction, how to create order and all, you can add into the favorites. Example, see, I'm just clicking here, right, entering that T code, then it is asking order type and all, right. This is creating order type in the plant maintenance. Okay, and another transaction called SC16N. This transaction code is for checking the table. Sorry. Enter here, and here you can find the table and see the detailed data in the backend. What are the table will, where exactly data will be stored on. You can see, example, if I want to see for 1000 plant, what all the materials are there, I just pass here and I can see here. I just entered 500, so it is showing 500 entries. If I want to see like how many entries are there, click on this number of entries. There are 8000 entries are there, 8113 in this particular plant. If I don't add here plant, then if I want to see number of entries, then there will be huge data with MRC table, because there are plenty of plants will be there in a production environment. Okay, here it is only 33,000, but in a production system you can find 10 like 1 lakh, 10 lakhs material master data also. Okay, this is enough. I think I have explained all the transactions used, and added all the things in favorites. So you can also add all these things in the favorite. Thank you.